I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. The MAGA Republicans, in their sham impeachment inquiry, called their first witnesses. Today, they called 3 witnesses who knew nothing at all about President Joe Biden or Hunter Biden. They were not fact witnesses. They had no knowledge about anything, and they were very quickly exposed by the Democratic members. Let me show you what went down. First, you've got Democratic Congressmember AOC pointing out that none of the witnesses called by MAGA Republicans have any firsthand knowledge about what they are testifying to. Play the clip.
Mr. Turley, I have a simple question for you. In your testimony today, are you presenting any firsthand witness account of crimes committed by the President of the United States?
No, I'm not.
No, you are not. Ms. O'Connor, you are the second Republican witness here today. Have you, in your testimony, presented any firsthand witness account of crimes committed by the President of the United States?
I have not.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Dubinsky, as the third and final Republican witness in this hearing, have you, in your testimony, presented any firsthand witness account of crimes committed by the President of the United States?
I have not.
And Professor Gerhardt, given that you are the minority witness, I assume the same, correct?
I am not a fact witness, correct.
Thank you. And to clarify,
then one of the MAGA Republican witnesses, Professor Turley, admitted that with all of the evidence he's seen, there's absolutely no impeachable offenses that he's aware of. Play the clip.
In fact, I do not believe that the current evidence would support articles of impeachment.
Here, Democratic Congressmember Raja Krishnamurthy cross-examines one of the witnesses brought by the MAGA Republicans. Her name is Eileen O'Connor, and she is a former Assistant Attorney General at the Justice Department's tax division. Watch what goes down. Play the clip.
Now, let me turn to another topic here. Ms. O'Connor, here I have a poster of an entry from your professional LinkedIn account. There's your picture, and it says Law Office of Eileen J. O'Connor. We printed here what you posted roughly 1 week ago. It says, quote, "The Biden administration is promoting and enabling the invasion." That's what your post says, right?
Yes, it does.
And it further goes on to say, if this doesn't stop quickly, then the entire USA will be invaded with millions of military-aged men from many different countries who are ready to cause total havoc while getting paid $2,200 a month in welfare to do so.
Did I write that?
You reposted it, and it says it is an engineered death spiral. Now, let me show you another posting that you put up on your professional LinkedIn account.
May I respond? If there is an
you can
impeachment
respond
inquiry,
when I'm done. When I'm done with my question.
Or the deliberate demolition of the United States of America.
Ma'am, this is another posting from your professional LinkedIn account. This says, announcing Michigan telethon to raise funds for 16 alternate electors who crooked Dana Nessel wants to jail. Now, ma'am, that's your professional LinkedIn account, right?
It is.
And then Democratic Congressmember Krishnamurthy turns to the other MAGA Republican witness, Professor Turley. Watch what happens here.
Professor Turley, in 2006, you wrote an op-ed in The Guardian entitled, quote, "Stop Persecuting Polygamists." There, you likened polygamists to, quote, persecuted minorities, and you said polygamy is, quote, a practice with deep and good faith religious meaning. Isn't that what you said?
I represented the sister wives family in challenging a polygamy prosecution.
The answer is yes. You've been crusading for legalizing polygamy for years. In fact, in an op-ed in the USA Today, you said that a Utah polygamist named Tom Green, who was also convicted of pedophilia for raping his 13-year-old stepdaughter, should not have been charged with polygamy. Now, Mr. Chairman,
Can I respond, sir? Because that's not, can I respond? Because it's not entirely accurate. I actually criticized him. What I was dealing with was the constitutionality of what is called morals legislation. And I admit I'm pretty libertarian.
Was Tom Green convicted of pedophilia and rape?
Government can
Was he
impose a
convicted
moral
of
code on
pedophilia and
people.
rape? The answer is yes. Mr. Chairman,
Good health starts with good habits. Quip makes it easy by delivering all the oral care essentials you need to take care of your mouth. The Quip electric toothbrush has timed sonic vibrations with 30-second pulses to guide you to a dentist-recommended 2-minute clean. It's lightweight and sleek. The design is for adults and kids with no wires or bulky chargers to weigh you down. The Quip toothbrush also has a multi-use travel cover that doubles as a mirror mount for less clutter and reusable handles in a range of sleek metal hues as well as bright plastic colors sure to make a pop to your bathroom counter. And so you know, the electric toothbrush isn't all Quip has to offer. The water flosser hits all the right spots with a gentle or deep clean pressure at the touch of a button, and the Quip mints and gum are incredibly refreshing. I truly have Quip to thank for my entire dental care routine, and I don't know where I'd be without them. So listen, it's time to skip the batteries and snap into healthy habits with the new Quip rechargeable electric toothbrush. All the features of the original Quip plus one magnetic charge powers up to 3 months of brushing. If you go to getquip.com/Meidas right now, you'll get 20% off any electric toothbrush, mint and gum dispenser, and water flosser. That's 20% off any electric toothbrush, mint and gum dispenser, and water flosser at getquip.com/Meidas. Spelled GETQUIP.com/Meidas. Quip, the good habits company.
Democratic Congressmember Maxwell Frost points out that all of these witnesses have absolutely no clue what they're talking about. Watch the reaction here by Eileen O'Connor. Play this clip.
We have one witness who has a lot of questions, Ms. O'Connor. Dubinsky, one witness who knows something about accounting but has no real involvement in what's going on. And Mr. Turley stopping here on his way to his next Fox News hit. This is not a serious inquiry. And this
here, Democratic Congressmember Jerry Connolly points out that, well, the hypocrisy here. We'll just say that. Watch this. Play the clip.
Distract, deflect, dissemble. Hold on to those two words, distract and deflect, because I think this hearing's all about look over here, not over there. So, Professor Gerhardt, I've heard concern about branding. So shouldn't we be concerned about all those Biden towers all over the world where foreign partnerships were formed and influence was used here in the United States? I've seen these towers in Indonesia, in the Philippines, in Turkey. I even saw one in Chicago. Shouldn't that be a source of concern of this committee in terms of influence, both foreign and domestic, when President Biden became president?
If there were such things as Biden buildings.
Well, was there anyone who did have them?
I think we all know who had.
Well, could you tell us? Because,
Well,
just give me the name, Professor
I think if
Gerhardt.
we're talking about Mr. Trump.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So when President Biden appointed his son to manage U.S. foreign policy, both in the Persian Gulf and the Middle East peace, by the way, his son who couldn't qualify for getting a security clearance, but President Biden apparently granted it to Hunter anyhow. And then after leaving the White House, getting a $2 billion deal, because we're told by Mr. Dubinsky, follow the money, especially foreign money. Shouldn't that be of concern to us that maybe a sweetheart deal occurred with the blessing of the president with foreign money? And shouldn't we look into Hunter Biden for that, given the fact that he had handled Middle East peace in the White House?
It should have been a concern with President Trump and his son-in-law.
Oh, Trump, I got that wrong again.
And then Democratic Congress member Jared Moskowitz brings it home. Play the clip.
Seconds to Mr. Moskowitz. It's your lucky day. You get 5 minutes and 20 seconds.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think it's your lucky day. What a day we are having here, isn't it? Right? I mean, listen, as a former director of emergency management, I know a disaster when I see one. I mean, by the way, you don't believe me, just ask Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon, your guy, just went on and said, perhaps...
Whose guy is Steve Bannon?
Yeah, well, you know who Steve Bannon is. Steve Bannon just went on and said perhaps the Republicans shouldn't have started with a witness. He was talking about Professor Turley, who was going to say right off the bat that there wasn't an impeachable offense. His I quote, he says, perhaps we should have put him on the maybe list for one of our witnesses. So your other witness, Ms. O'Connor, gave a complete recitation of the last 9 months, 8 months of these hearings. She went through some of the greatest hits that have come out, right? Everything that has been presented, both in these committees that we've been having, on TV, all of the evidence that you guys have been presenting over the last 8 months, all of that together. And what does Professor Turley say? It says everything we know at this juncture doesn't rise to the level of impeachment. Boy, that is awkward. It's like political impeachment malpractice. But look.
There you have it, folks. Those are your MAGA Republican witnesses in the sham impeachment of President Joe Biden. A total, utter embarrassment. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 2 million subscribers. If you want to support the growth of this network, go to patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Have a great day.
Hey, Midas Mighty. Love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.